The first time Mia saw the magical mirror in her grandmother's attic, it showed her something impossible, a version of herself who was smarter, prettier, and more talented than she could ever dream of being. "This mirror shows who you could be," her grandmother whispered, "if only you worked harder." From that day forward, Mia carried the heavy mirror everywhere, sneaking glances whenever she felt inadequate. What she didn't know was that with each look, the mirror was stealing pieces of the real Maya, the Mia who laughed freely, created boldly, and loved without comparison. Until one rainy afternoon, when the mirror slipped from her hands. Mia had always been a good artist, but after finding the mirror, good was no longer enough. The Maya in the reflection painted masterpieces effortlessly, her sketches perfect in every line. The real Mia began staying up late, erasing and redrawing until her fingers cramped. At school, while her friends joked during lunch, Mia hid in the art room, practicing. The mirror showed her reflection getting better, but strangely, she felt worse. On her 16th birthday, Mia's parents surprised her with an exhibition of her work at the local gallery. Instead of joy, she felt panic. What if her real paintings didn't match the mirror versions? That night, she hung her favorite pieces on the gallery walls, then secretly placed the mirror in the center of the room. When guests arrived, something strange happened. People barely glanced at Mia's actual artwork. They crowded around the mirror, marveling at the flawless paintings in the reflection. Mia stood in the corner, watching strangers praise a version of herself that didn't exist. Her real paintings went unnoticed. The next morning, exhausted and heartbroken, Mia tripped carrying the mirror downstairs. It shattered into 1,000 pieces on the hardwood floor. As she knelt to clean up, Mia noticed something extraordinary with each shard she picked up. She felt lighter. The pressure in her chest eased. For the first time in years, she reached for her sketchbook not to practice, but because she wanted to draw. Her lines were uneven, the perspective slightly off, and it was gloriously, perfectly hers. At school on Monday, her best friend gasped when she saw Mia's new drawing. "This is amazing," she exclaimed. "It looks so like you." Mia realized her friend was right for the first time. Her art carried her unique spirit rather than someone else's perfection. The mirror's absence left space for something better, the joy of being Mia. She began noticing this change everywhere. Her laugh sounded different, but more genuine. Her thoughts felt original rather than rehearsed. One afternoon, she found her grandmother in the attic. "The mirror is gone," Mia said. Her grandmother smiled knowingly. "I wondered how long you'd carry that burden," she admitted. "It belonged to my mother and to her mother before her. We've all held it at some point." Mia understood now. The mirror wasn't magic. It was a family curse. That night, Mia gathered every remaining shard and threw them into the river behind her house. As the current carried them away, she felt the last weight lift. The next day, at the art supply store, Mia hesitated before the canvases. Then she grabbed the brightest colors they had hues the mirror would have called too bold and began painting something wonderfully imperfect. Something only Mia could create. We all carry versions of Maya's mirror, the Instagram feeds that make our lives seem dull, the coworkers whose successes shadow our achievements, the endless what-ifs that steal our what-is. But here's the truth. Comparison doesn't just steal our joy, it steals our identity. Every moment spent measuring yourself against an impossible standard is a moment you're absent from your own life. Today, I challenge you to do one brave thing. Put down your mirror. Whatever form it takes, social media, unrealistic expectations, toxic relationships, set it down. The world doesn't need a perfect version of you. It needs the real you, the only you that's ever existed. What will you do with your newfound freedom?